Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Right, we are back and it is so good to be back. Now I know a lot of you think I've been having a little bit of a break, but I've actually spent the last week rebuilding my system in terms of all of the mods, all of the assets, the themes and the LUTs, and I've finally got things running a little bit more slickly, especially with the themes and the LUTs. I know you guys don't switch about too much, but I'm doing a different one almost every single day, and having them in alphabetical order finally on a theme mixer and ultimate eye candy is going to save me not an inconsiderable amount of time and certainly an inconsiderable amount of stress trying to find the damn things. Anyway, so I'm pleased with how things have ended up at my end, and hopefully everything should be just a little bit more slick for a while. Anyway, today's map, one of the top performing maps of the moment by a creator we've done twice in the past, and it ain't half bad. But, of course, before we can get into today's show, we always start with a daily reminder. Have you missed it? Go on, show me. That's right, having a big white fluffy beard is a good way of being Santa. Having a ginger one probably helps to click the like button. Okay, what we got today? It's Pine Lake by Jura383. Not the top performing map at the moment, but I thought this was far more interesting than the two that were sitting above it, so we've gone with this one. There's your start square. Just about enough buildable space there. I feel a little bit more land would have been slightly preferable, but it's not far off, right? Terrain heights, buildable space around the lake. It's all about the lake today, although we have got some very nice resources and mountains and yeah, all of that as well. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, there's your fishing map, which is okay. We've got a nice little mix going on there. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it's a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. Then if we scroll down, there are 4 required items on the right. But there is a one-click collection, which we'll be having a look at in a moment, because it does contain a few mods and, of course, a theme mix. Because we'll be using the Pine Lake theme mix, which contains the mods that you see down here, sorry, the themes that you can see down here, and we're using the Relight Average LUT today as well. Ultimate Eye Candy I'm using. I got the old version of Daylight Classic for those of you that are worried about that one. No Controller is out there as well, and I was surprised that there wasn't any intersection marking tool, but again, it doesn't make any difference either way, because if you don't have it, it won't break the game, so that's good. Okay, down to ground level. Now, today's creator we've done twice in the past, episodes 1253 and 1312. And on each occasion got a very admirable 10 stars. 10 stars is very... Oh, hang on. Not too much wrong with today's map, but this is one of the things I feel is a little bit glitchy. Just a little bit of smoothing out along there. I mean, we are well out of the 25 tiles here, so it's not a great heartbreaker, but just a little thing that it has to be shown and has to be mentioned to be fair on everybody. So yes, 2 maps previously, 10 stars on each occasion. That's a 4 and 2 3s, and remember 3 is the pass mark. If you're getting 3s across the board, there's nothing bad about your map. It might be lacking a little bit of spit and polish here and there, but it'll definitely be okay. 9 stars is a pass mark. Anyway, down here we start finding 1 or 2 little talking points. Let's start off with this rail bridge. It's a nice height. It's nice. It's good to see that it's a nice height, but we seem to be missing a pillar or 2. Okay, now you could say, that'd be some sort of anarchy issue. Yeah, maybe it's supposed to be under there. That looks like about the place it would be. But of course, the road is written over it. So that probably explains that, do you think? We'll head off that way in a little while. We're going to carry on going this way because the start square is this way. But look, this pillar lives on top of the road. So there's weird things afoot. Anyway, we'll head off. Oh, we're going to head over to the rail for a short while. The rail you probably noticed, was running parallel with the road. This is where the rail is going to end. It's not too far from the start square. You can buy out. There's your start square there, so you can buy out in a couple of tiles and get into the rail as well. It's very standard for a vanilla style map. Although this isn't vanilla and it's not vanilla style, but it kind of fits in with that. Speaking of vanilla maps, we have of course got the map pack DLC out now, and the reviews for those are coming very soon indeed. Didn't get a chance to get them all finished during my little interval. There's the start square. Didn't get a chance to get them all done, but I'm going to just get them to the point that I can start releasing them. A nice height again on the bridge there, no pillars on the roads, all nice. And no controller, allowing for a very slick looking merging there. I'm happy with that, and lane mathematics as well. So Biffa will be happy. Anybody know Biffa? Heard of him? Maybe. Right, so yes, it's now I think the star of today's map. The star of today's map is the theme mix. Although this road going up, climbing up and hugging the side of the hills here, you might look and go, oh, I don't know. Do you know what? I'm okay with this today. We've seen some fairly recently where I've grumbled. That one by Sidai where I grumbled. Didn't matter because it was tucked away and who cared. But this one in full view, I quite like this. I think it's been done with a reasonable amount of flair, and yeah, I'm okay for it because it is somewhat of a fantasy map. This one, isn't it? Somewhat. And then we'll be heading off towards the edge of the map, which means, as we've already seen the rail, what we'll do is we'll take the intermission, we'll come back and we'll check out the water and the shipping and that other highway. Do you think?
Do you watch BonBon with your morning coffee? Do you want to feel closer to the show? Then you need either the modern or retro mug from BonBonB. Click the information button now.
Back to Pine Lake by Dura383. No shipping routes on today's map, mostly I feel because of probably there's one or two waterfalls which you'll spot in a minute, but we do have this air route, so if you want to do airports, you can get a little airport in somewhere and you'll get a connection. That'll be fine. So yes, I was talking about what the star of today's show is. I would say it's a theme mix. Wait until you have a look at the theme mix in a little bit more detail. You probably noticed already some of the textures around the roads were just dreamy. And I think they've done a very neat job with the theme mix. Water flow, there's not a huge amount going through the start square. I mean, those of you that want to pump and draw might be a little bit concerned about... I mean, there are some little... I'm trying to find this. There are some triangles along here somewhere. There you go. It's light. So there is that. However, all is not lost. Because just over here, there you go, got some pipes leading up into the mountains and the dam up there, which means your water flow is probably not an issue for you today. Very nice looking map. Very nice looking map. What we'll do is we'll just jump down here and go off down this second road, because I did say we'd have a look, and there's not a great heap of feature areas to go and have a look at on this map. It's just a very swooshy kind of map with some very swooshy looking mountains, and in a good way swooshy. Okay, so yeah, it's swooshy and sweepy, and we got this island. We get running across an island now and go back to the mainland on the other side here, and another potential start location. Nice intersection again with the road doodling over. There you go. So it's the standards are good. We've got one or two minor issues. I mean, the pillar on the road is a hit. It's a big hit. But yes, it's looking good so far. But it is a map that is packed with water and lakes, and Pine Lake is in the title, isn't it? Lakes are definitely dotted around. Liking the shape of the map as well, and some good tree work and a good theme mix and loads of waterfalls. Like, this one's not too bad. It's spewing a little bit at the bottom, in the bottom left there. Very difficult to control. Don't get me wrong, waterfalls are very difficult to do in this game and get the water to look like it's falling and not just glooping. This one's better control. Probably the best one on the map, I feel, that one. Good control on containing the water there. But we have a few others. And this one, which is a very central one, this one's the most troubling of the lot. Just a little trickle of water going over the edge. That's fine. A trickle of water over the edge. But it just, when you get down the bottom, it's a big old sploosh. Very difficult to do well. That one, I'm afraid, was a little bit of a fail. Certainly when it loaded up in my game. It may have been perfect in the map editor. Who knows? Then we got another. They're nice. They're nice. It's just getting them. I don't mind that. It looks like a bit of a splash at the bottom. That one I'm okay with. And there's another one up here in the mountains, up by the snow melt. And this one's a bit splurgy as well. So yeah, very difficult to get them to be consistently successful. Oh, we got a bit of a mix. The snow up here, yeah, the theme mix. Oh my word, the theme mix. It's just so good today. And also the tree painting. I'm good with the tree painting. The tree painting is nice shapes, and the way they've worked them around the cliff textures. Let's get around here, have a look at the cliff. You've got the cliff, the ruining, the trees, the forestry, all those sections. It just looks so good. It just looks good. I like the stylized tree painting along the ridges there as well, just to emphasize those areas. It's not a realism map, it is a beautiful arty style map. Then over here we've got this bendy road, the road to nowhere. When I say the road to nowhere, we're starting off in nowhere, and we're switchbacking. That's a nice route. Switchbacks back down to the bottom, and then we've got a Bringer of Fire style dam down here with the old slips there. There's the old straight lines going on there, and I did the tutorial where I picked Bringer's Head, and they very kindly gave me all of the information as to how to do this beautifully. That's very nice. That is very nice. It's one of the better straight dams we've seen for a long while, so all credit to Jura for actually giving it a go. And again, a road to nowhere. In fact, literally, you know, what are you going to do with the road over here? I don't understand. But other than that, other than the road to nowhere on each end, I like that. I think that is very good work. Don't mind the island in the middle as well. It's a bit of a fantasy map, so I don't mind the island in the middle going on there. But yeah, so lots of credit. Lots and lots of credit to be spoken of. Now down to Start Square, which you can see is plenty of buildable space in the Start Square area and buying out of. And there's plenty of space for some assets of the day. It's the Maritime A Light Industry Pack by mayorwont. Mayorwont, second time on the show. Wow. They must be doing some good work if I'm popping them into the show regularly. Anyway, Pine Lake, so therefore Lakes Factoids, because Factoids. Nevada Ojos, sorry about that, O-J-O-S, Spanish isn't good. Del Salado is a dormant complex volcano in the Andes on the Argentina-Chile border. It's the highest volcano in the world and the highest peak in Chile, and hosts the highest lake in the world in the summit crater. Fed by permafrost and snowfields, it lies at about 6,480 metres, which is 21,260 feet elevation, and covers an area of 6,000 square metres. Waters in a creek flowing into this lake reach temperatures of 40.8 Celsius, which is 105 Fahrenheit, which is quite toasty. Quite toasty. I mean, you wouldn't get a chill, which you think that high up in elevation you probably would, but hey, just warm up quickly when you get out of the water. Maritime Light Industry Pack by mayorwont. This is a very nice set of little maritime industrial, 2 industrial units and the office on the left there. Very nice. Mayor Will is what you should be called, not mayorwont. Very good. I like this. I like new creators. Anyway, what do you think of today's map? It's a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen, or the link in the description will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free with a Facebook, Gmail, Apple or a Patreon account. Go on, buck the trend. Go on, have a vote for once. But what do I think of today's map? Well, it's very nice, isn't it? It's very nice aesthetically. It's I think we've got a winner. The theme mix really works very nicely for it. Like the overall design, I think it's not necessarily the most exciting of designs, but I like it. And so therefore I think it falls into 4 stars. I'm going to go for a lowish, middly lowish 4. I like it. Detailing is very strong. It's definitely 4 stars, but I am going to go at the bottom end because we do have a couple of like questionable pillar issues going on, and I'd like to see 1 or 2 feature areas and plus waterfalls. Gameplay potential looks pretty playable to me and looks very enticing as well. I can't see any reason not to go middle 4 on this one. It's a good one. It's a good one to come back with as well. Pine Lake, I'm so glad I jumped you up there because normally 3rd place may not get you a review, but 3rd place you were. But 1st place in today's hearts with a seal of approval is what you have today. And that's it. That's it. We're back. We're rolling, and we have our Patreon list. February, therefore, we'll have. I'm sorry, patrons, that you didn't get your name up last week, but there were no shows. But we're going to make up for it. We're going to make up for it. No tears before bedtime, please. We're going to make up for it by getting your names up this week. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. If you're still here, you're part of the 20 and out elite. Use the word of the day. Get those population points just for fun, and I'll be back tomorrow with another map. The request map. See you then.